Hi everyone, I'm back. We are now working off of our map here, and I have my little lines in here, and we're looking at our first word, which ironically is applique. It'll be the first word we're doing on this Quilting You Say quilt along. Now, the words are written here. How do I get them to my background fabric, which is right here, and it's all been lovely gridded out with a blue basting stitch so that I can see it. Well, simple enough. We're going to take freezer paper. Now, I'm telling you we're using freezer paper so we can trace it as is, like so. All right. I have found to hold it on, magnets work really, really well to hold it in place so that you can trace it with a regular pen or pencil. Do not use Frixion because we're going to put this freezer paper directly onto our our paper with fusible, our fabric with fusible right on the back. So I've already got it fused. I fused my freezer paper to my fabric, and now I'm cutting out my letters. As you can see here, I've already started. You cut right on the line, and then we are going to fuse this onto our background and then stitch around it to hold it still. Now, a couple of tips as you go. One, if you're using something other than like Misty Fuse or something that doesn't have a paper backing, or excuse me, if you're using Misty Fuse, this works just great. If you're using something with a paper backing, you may be tempted just to do the freezer paper or just to use the backing and not use the freezer paper. If you do that, there's a trick. You have to turn your map over and trace it with the mirror image. Otherwise, just hang your quilt in the bathroom so you can see it in the mirror because it won't look right. Okay, when you trace it onto the back of a paper-backed freezer or fusible, then it ends up being the mirror image. So it'll be backward. Freezer paper makes it frontwards. So pick your method. You can still use the paper back, but put the freezer paper on top instead of tracing onto the paper in the back. With this, we're going to fuse it. We're going to use our grid to tell us where to place it. So measure it against your map and then put it in the same place on your background and then stitch in place. So I'll send you more later. I'm going to get cutting and stitching. Hi everyone. We are going to figure out where to put our little applique here. So easiest way to do this is to figure out where it is on our grid. So these are you following along? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in the middle. It's on number 5 here. So we're going to put it right up against our sewn line or our basted line. And it's 1, 2, 3, and a little bit, I measured it earlier, about 1 inch in. So now that we know it's right in the middle against the line and 1 inch in, we can put that on the floor. And so what we have to do is cut or count 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5. It's kind of the easy one because mine has this really big bold still in it. And then 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. And we got to come in about 1 inch. So my applique is going to start right there. Here we go. I'm going to peel it off and lay it down. So just so you guys know, I do have a wool mat under here. I'm not doing anything totally crazy. So we're going to lay our applique letters down like so. And we're going to make sure that it's relatively straight. Oops, a piece there I want to get rid of. Little piece to get rid of right here. My hole didn't come all the way out. There we go. All right, I'm gonna lay this down and just make sure you're kind of flat if you want. So see, I've got kind of this line going through the center, which made it easy for me to kind of align these. All right, now that we know where our letters are falling, and we've got them where we want, I will just take a hot iron and I'll fuse those down and get stitching. Okay, folks, I have set my stitch length to 2.0 by 2.0 on a lovely little blanket stitch here. I have learned, if you want neat looking backs, that you pull your bobbin thread up. I am using, well, 2 different purples only because that's what I had to do this. And we're going to get stitching here, and I'm just going to show you a little example here of what it takes to get around this. And I start always in like a corner or someplace that's not terribly obvious, so that, you know, if I have to come back and fix something, it's an easy spot to find. So as you can see, I work right here. I'm going to move you in here. I work right here alongside the edge. I come right, so my backbone is right against the edge of the applique, and I stitch pretty consistently until I get to the edge. Okay, make sure you're always in front of your work. And then when you hit a spot like this, you want to, sometimes using your hand crank works well. Okay, lift your presser foot, turn your fabric, okay, and then set your presser foot back down. Whoops, or down, as I meant to do. Okay, and then continue to sew, because by lifting that foot, as we did here, it enables you to not wrinkle the back. It keeps things nice and smooth, and we just keep going. So I'm just going to keep stitching away here until I'm done. Hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, I have just finished my applique. If you've been watching along, you'll see this applique is different than the last applique because I failed to do 2 things. One, I did not check my machine to make sure that it was clean, and some oil got on my piece and I had to, well, clean it. And when I cleaned it, it kind of ran. So I kind of had to change things out. Second is I did not clean my iron as well as I should have. So your clue for this second piece is clean your tools.